very topic of race seems to make a lot of teachers uncomfortable to the point that students can be as racist as they want with little to no consequences.
And that's why we're here, to put pressure on the very people who claim that they're doing everything they can when we know it's all a complete lie. We will be cutting through the Commons to get to Guana, where the meeting starts at 6 o'clock. We will confront Board of Ed members, asking them if they agree with our demands, if they support our demands, and what their steps are moving forward with our demands. We will put pressure on them so they know we're not going anywhere. And just because you close the meeting doesn't mean people are not going to show the fuck up. Period.
Transphobia at my school, being a black trans girl. On occasion, I would get called the N-word, have my skin color be made fun of and compared to animals, and have people constantly use and say the N-word in my presence to intimidate me. I did a year-long research project for my honors class in 9th grade on 21st century systemic racism in education. While I was presenting, like usual, many kids weren't even active. As if racism did not exist in Shen, most of the class didn't answer questions, and if they did, it was followed by an ignorant statement about black people not doing enough like white people, or black students getting in trouble more because they caused more trouble.
How can you have a superintendent speaking for kids and speaking for a district that doesn't even agree with him? If Shenendehowa had equality, we wouldn't be standing here today. If Shenendehowa treated their black students, their brown students, their minority students with respect, with equality, we wouldn't be here today. We're doing this for everybody else. We graduated Shen. We're not here for ourselves. We're doing it for the up-and-coming youth, the black generation, the brown generation, Asians, Chinese. It don't matter what race you are. If you're a minority, we got your back at Shen. As simple as that. And we're not going to stop till we get justice. TJ wanted me to read some Black in the 518 submitted to the school. I'll read a couple. The first one was being BIPOC in Shen. Shenendehowa has always been terrible at dealing with discrimination. A girl in my health class did a whole presentation with racist jokes towards Asians because of Corona. The teacher said nothing, but as soon as a black student mentioned being black, he got uncomfortable and told him to stop. In another class, one student constantly made jokes comparing black people to monkeys and confidently confessed to saying the N-word. That teacher did nothing either. The very topic of race seems to make a lot of teachers uncomfortable to the point that students can be as racist as they want with little to no consequences. Racism doesn't start in a city, it doesn't start in a town, it starts in your homes. It starts with kids, it starts in your families, it starts with your homes, it starts in schools. And if teachers aren't doing anything about racism in schools, then who is? Who's gonna have your kids back? If you're at home preaching, oh yeah, like it's fine to be racist. What are you gonna grow up as? If you're preaching, John O'Chup is a great leader. He's out here saying black people are criminals. He's saying Muslims are terrorists. He's saying Mexican people are rapists and they're illegals. If you have a president saying that and you agree with that in the household, what kind of message? So how is the president of the Shenendehowa Board of Education saying that she doesn't agree with the superintendent that's hired at Shenendehowa? How can you have a superintendent speaking for kids and speaking for a district that doesn't even agree with him? If Shenendehowa had equality, we wouldn't be standing here today. If Shenendehowa treated their black students, their brown students, their minority students with respect, with equality, we wouldn't be here today. We're doing this for everybody else. We graduated Shen. We're not here for ourselves. We're doing it for the up-and-coming youth, the black generation, the brown generation, Asians, Chinese. It don't matter what race you are. If you're a minority, we got your back at Shen. As simple as that. And we're not going to stop till we get justice.
And for all of my young black brothers in this audience right now, you are not victims. You have a power in you that most people don't even know that you have. Do not let them weaponize your skin. Being black is not a crime. And anything you set your mind to, you will do. And I promise I will keep showing up, and you'll go to school, and they're going to hear you. They're going to stop victimizing us. They're going to start looking at us in these powerful lights, because we are powerful. I do want to talk about some of the things that I experienced throughout Shenendehowa, and some of the things that I just witnessed being done to not only my people of color friends, but my white friends who are part of the LGBTQ plus community. I had two of my friends drop out by sophomore year because they couldn't go to the bathroom peacefully. And Shenendehowa didn't want to do anything about that. We have no non-binary bathrooms at all in Shenendehowa, whether it's even in the nurse's office, it's all just men, women. And when there is a problem that comes up with the LGBT community, with people being called derogatory terms such as fags and all this, that, and the third, they brush it under the rug just like they would if there was any racial tensions going on. The reason, like I said, I graduated in 2016, so like Shen, I don't really have any business being here, but I do, because I still have people, who are here. My nephews are both in Shen right now. And all of you, I'm here for all of you. They're gonna hear us, and they're going to fix it so that you don't have to deal with the things I had to deal with when I went to Shenendehowa. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And it starts with all of us here right now. You're all doing the damn thing. And we need to keep showing up. We need to keep doing this. We need to apply as much pressure as possible, because there are kids. Black children matter. There are kids who are going through these schools, and they can lie and they can say, I don't even know how this black man who's our superintendent can say that he's really helping us and everything that we're asking for, all of our demands are covered, because they're damn sure not. Feeling unsafe is never okay. Having to get off the bus or just walk from London Square to Shenendehowa and you have to pass Confederate flag row. How safe do you really feel?